Let's walk through the Reorder Quantity Suggestor plugin by Upstrail. First, open your browser and head to upstrail.com/downloads. Scroll down and find the plugin you want, in this case, the Reorder Point Calculator. Click to download the zip file. Once it's downloaded, extract the zip to your system. Inside, you'll find the .xlsm file, that's the plugin. Double-click to open it in Excel. And if you see a yellow bar asking you to enable macros, make sure to click Enable. That allows the buttons and logic inside the file to work. With that done, let's see the plugin in action. We start on the home sheet. This is your control panel. Everything you configure here influences the final reorder suggestions. On the left, you'll find 4 checkboxes. Use safety stock. This includes an extra buffer in your reorder logic to protect against uncertainty. Use lead time. This accounts for how many days it takes for a new order to arrive. Use forecast instead of sales. If this is enabled, the plugin will ignore past sales and instead calculate demand using your forecast sheet. Use EOQ if entered. If you have an economic order quantity for a product, the plugin will use that value directly, instead of calculating reorder needs dynamically. Below that, you'll set the number of days over which to calculate average demand, for example, the last 7, 14, or 30 days. And finally, you can define default values for safety stock and lead time. These will be used for any SKU that doesn't have a specific value filled in the inventory sheet. Next, click Generate Template. This will create the inventory, sales, and optionally the forecast sheet, depending on your settings. Each sheet has labeled columns for you to enter data. You can also choose to include sample data for testing. You don't need to type your data manually, you can copy and paste it from any other Excel file, ERP export, or planning system. Just make sure it follows the column structure provided. Details are again available in the README file. Before running any calculations, we recommend clicking the Validate Data button. This checks for blank or invalid entries. Non-numeric values where numbers are expected. SKUs that exist in one sheet but not the others. Any issues will be logged in a validation log sheet with exact rows and reasons. Fixing these upfront helps you avoid calculation errors later. Once your data is validated, you're ready to run the calculation. Click Run Reorder Calculator. The tool will create a new reorder plan sheet that includes average daily demand, calculated from sales or forecast, depending on your setting. Lead time and safety stock, pulled from the SKU row or default values. Reorder point, ROP, the minimum quantity at which you should place a new order. Reorder flag, a yes or a no indicator based on whether the SKU's current stock has fallen below the reorder point. Suggested reorder quantity, how much to order to bring stock back above the ROP. If EOQ is enabled and available, it's used directly. This means you get a clear, SKU-by-SKU view of what's urgent, and what isn't. Once your plan looks good, you can click Export to PDF to save a clean, ready-to-share report. And finally, every time you run a macro, whether it's generating templates, validating data, calculating reorder plans, or exporting to PDF, your actions are logged in the log sheet with a timestamp and your username. Before we wrap up, it's important to be aware of a few limitations of this tool. The plugin assumes that demand is relatively consistent. If your sales or forecast data is sparse or highly seasonal, the average demand logic may oversimplify reality. Lead time is treated in calendar days, weekends or holidays aren't factored in. Forecast logic assumes demand is evenly distributed across the forecast period. If your actual demand fluctuates week to week, you may need a more dynamic model. EOQ logic in this plugin does not calculate EOQ from scratch. It simply accepts the EOQ you enter as a fixed value, so inputs matter. This plugin is designed to be lightweight and Excel native, perfect for teams that want logic-driven planning without switching systems or installing bulky software. Thanks for watching, and happy planning!